Oh, that's an angle. That's one way to start a video. What's going on, gang? This is test audio because I have no idea how this is gonna sound with the music. So stand by. Ready. What's going on, gang? So my car is just right up the road, and today's goal is to go on a 5-mile run. Now, if you guys were not tracking, I'm pretty much out in the mountains about every other weekend. Yeah, I have like an actual event that I have planned. I try to do my best to get outside about once a week. Now that the company's getting bigger, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Now that the company's getting bigger, you know, I kind of find myself running into the same issues that Lucas with T-Rex Arms has with the, you know, as you're scaling, you find less and less time that you're able to go do your passion, do your hobby, do your training, you know, kind of what started your career. You have less and less time of doing that because, I mean, somebody's got to do business, right? Somebody has to lead the charge back at the warehouses and all that jazz. I feel like I might be too far out. It feels like the camera's too far. I don't know, at least for me. And I might get old holding it like that. I know you guys can't see my shorts. There's my shorts. So, anyway, I thought for a first, maybe I'd just record a whole run. Because, like I was just getting at, it's getting harder and harder to find time to do content. And to do my old style of rants. Because, quite literally, I feel like I'm always at the damn warehouse. Which, yes, also, boo-hoo, poor me. Howdy, howdy. All right, like I was saying, trying to find time to do content, because for the most part, when I'm outside, I'm trying to spend time outside. When I'm training, I'm trying to train. Now I realize, yeah, I could just hire a photographer. I could just hire a videographer to follow me around. And at a certain point, you know, it's probably going to become necessary. But for right now, the company's still relatively small. Sure, I've grown a lot in the matter of, you know, a couple of years, but the company's still relatively small. So because of that, yeah, I'm trying to be frugal with my finances, says the guy that quite literally spent company money to buy a Barrett. You know, so I guess a little bit of a fucking hypocrite there. I don't know if I like this angle, man. Can I switch angles on the fly? That doesn't look like I can. I mean, that angle seems the best, but I don't want to hold my fucking camera right there. Bear with me, y'all. We're learning curve. If you didn't know, the GoPro app gives you a preview of what you're seeing, and I can start and stop the video right from here, which legitimately is so cool. I don't know how it took GoPro so long to think this up, or alternatively, I'm just retarded and it took me so long to figure out that this was even a thing. Anyway, yeah, being able to control your app through or control your GoPro through an app, so damn cool. So just Bluetooths to my cell phone. Anyway, sorry if I'm panting and breathing. That's what humans do when they're running. Might be a surprise to you. This might be news to some, but when you're physically exerting yourself, you tend to breathe. I know that the trope and the joke is, you know, just stop breathing and get better at exercising. That's fair. Fair. But, you know, I guess I'm just not there yet. Guess I'm not there yet. So, let's check in. I'm at 0.67 miles, and I'm at 8 minutes in. Pretty trash, but also I do have an 8-pound pack, which I know some people saying that, like, oh, well, carrying all that weight, that's got to be bad for you, right? Carrying all that weight, you're gonna compress your spine. You're gonna hurt your lower back. You're gonna hurt your knees. What about your joints? Well, here's the way I get looking at that. I started off this year, 2024, time of recording. I started off this year at 213 pounds, and I'm currently at 176. Last time I weighed myself, which was like last week. So, well, no, let's see. No, last time I weighed myself, that would have been, because we did a ruck march this week. Last week was run PT. I forgot to weigh myself this week, so that'd have been about 2 weeks ago. Last time I weighed myself. Don't matter, but anyway. So the way I sees it, if I've gone from 213 pounds to 176 pounds, all's in the matter of, what is that? So it's September 7th. Yeah. And yeah, however many months that is. 7 months? I ain't too smart. 7 months. Lost a couple pounds. Anyway, point I'm getting at, carrying 7 pounds really ain't that big a deal in comparison to running when I was 213. Because as of right now, I mean, with GoPro, cell phone, clothes, all that, I'm probably 190 pounds total right now. So, yeah, sure, I don't have the joint strength, I guess. You want to be technical. I have it of a 176 pound man, but I was just 213. So carrying a couple extra pounds after losing weight, you know, is what it is. I get acclimated to carrying this amount of weight, and now I'm just used to carrying this amount of weight. That's why you see some people, you know, running with ankle weights on. And I've heard some people say that, you know, oh, that's bad for your joints, bad for your legs, all that. But also, majority of people that I see bitching about them kinds of things, well, they ain't people running. And biggest thing I've found so far, as far as continuation goes throughout life, is the folks that are older, folks that are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, that are doing the best. Well, physically speaking, that is. They're the ones that never stop moving. They're the ones that are always continuously running, continuously hiking, continuously going to the gym, eating right. On that, on pretty much every hike that I go on. Two things that I ask, or two types of people that I always ask age of, is older folks, like, hey, just, you know, respectfully asking, I think it's so cool that you guys are out here. But how old are y'all? And damn near about every old folk that I come across, I'll ask them the same question. Trying to be as respectful as possible. I know some folks, you know, they get a little testy, get their panties up in a wad. But for the most part, I think people are at least, woo, that's a sexy rig. For the most part, I'd say that people that I stop and talk to, at least the way that I read them, they seem to really think it's cool that I'm so enthralled and amused that with their age, they're out there doing what they're doing. And I'll even ask advice. You know, I gotta ask you, old timer, how you still out here? How you still doing this? You know, I don't see nearly as many people my age doing this kind of shit on a weekend. And I realize that too. You go into the really get thinking about it. Well, a lot of cats my age, they're so damn tired after slaving away. Because your 9 to 5 ain't a 9 to 5 no more. I'll get into that rant in a second. But the two types of people I'm always asking, elderly people and people with kids. Always asking how old kids are. Because I think that's so fucking cool when people are taking their little ones out on these strenuous, adventurous hikes. You know, I mean, you see 6-year-olds out there with a pack hiking. That's so fucking cool to me. Usually I don't run on this road. It's a little bit more busy than I'd like. But that hill that I started out on, I'm trying to do a loop today that put me roughly at 5 miles. So I'd have to come down from the hill, loop around, go back up it. That's gonna be pretty shitty. So I've also got I have a PT belt on my pack, and if I'm running at night, I'll have a headlamp on in the front. I try to keep most of my running to the morning, early today. Oh man, I picked the wrong damn road, or the wrong time on this road. Why is everybody out right now? One of those things, I know why I'm outside. Why are you outside? Yeah, this was not the road, but see, when we always bitch about people hogging the road, doing exercise. Now me, I'm the asshole. Anyway, getting back to ranting about the 9 to 5s, because I feel like I went full circle with the two types of people that I think is cool out in the hills. So, back to that rant. 9 to 5 people. It ain't a 9 to 5. Never has been. Never will be. Because you ain't working no 9 to 5. You're working 7 to 7. Easily. Every damn day. You're working 7 to 7. If not more. You got to think about you waking up, you getting all your clothes together, getting food together. You got to think about your commute. Average commute for an American, as of time recording, is 20 miles. That's the average commute for an American. What's hilarious is that 20 miles, you're looking anywhere between an hour and a half commute. The average American's doing a commute around 6 a.m., 9 a.m. That's when everybody's on the road. That's when traffic's the worst. And then end of the day traffic, same shit. Worst traffic is from about 1600 to about 1900. And finally I'm off damn main road. Anyway, So not only are you working or you're away from the house minimum 12 hours a day, but on top of this, so I found if I kind of put the stick right here, sort of cheat, not have to hold it. I realize a GoPro and a selfie stick ain't the heaviest thing ever, but trying to keep it stable with my body. I know that there's other camera devices that I could probably use for something like this, and I might have to invest in that as well. Let's see how the GoPro's looking. All right, my backdrop is terrible, but it's looking all right. Probably should charge this this device before I left the house instead of keeping it the same battery that I used it with on my last ruck, but oh well. I love it when people wave. Every time I get on a small road like this, I try to do my best to wave. Be courteous. Oh, good Lord, look at that. Look at that field. I fucking love the country. I can't get enough of it. The issue is I ain't country enough. I wanna be so much farther out than this. So much damn farther than this. Anyway, like I was saying, your 9 to 5, it ain't no 9 to 5. It never has been. It's modern slave labor. That's all it is. You think they abolished slavery? No, they just gave it a new name. New coat of paint. Slavery ain't gone nowhere. It's right there in front of your fucking face. You don't think you're a slave, you know, try to rationally argue how you're not. You know that it's being said that the average slave in the 1700s, they're making more than you. Per hourly wage, per, you know, inflation, whatnot. Slaves in that time era in America, they had a better quality of life than you did. Now, I know that a heavy amount of people would argue that, and I bet there's a lot of semantics that would go into that, and I bet there's a lot of you know, minutia to go into with this counterbalancing this. It's the same thing as you know, soldiers complaining about, technically speaking, if you have BAS and base housing allowance, which BHA, well, there's BAS and BHA, if I'm remembering that right. I've been out the Army a few years. Essentially, it's the if you live in the barracks, they take out a portion of your paycheck so you can go to the chow hall. And they pay you less because they say that they're feeding you. And they also pay you less if you're living in the barracks because they're giving you housing. So, i.e., slavery. They're making you work however many hours they want to make you work, but they're giving you rations, giving you water, food, and housing, as opposed to you being able to leave post, or you being able to live on the other side of post where all the houses are, and they give you a little bit more allowances. You're allowed to have a little bit more money. Feels like you have a little bit more freedom. Well, someone's a bit smarter than me started doing the math, and you actually wind up saving way more money if you're in the barracks. And it's a lot easier to save money when you're in the barracks and you have your health care taken care of, you have your food taken care of, you have your water, your living, you know, you got 4 walls in a cot, and you wind up spending significantly less money, and you don't have to travel nowhere Not only that, some guys would get electrical bikes, electrical scooters, electrical skateboards, electrical motorcycles. And now even on top of that, now you're traveling for free. Now you can go around and post for free. You make that one investment, now you can go anywhere you want. As opposed to being off post, well, now you gotta travel. Now you gotta get from point A to point B. Now you gotta worry about car insurance. Now you gotta worry about your fuel expenses. Now you gotta worry about rent or a mortgage. Now you gotta worry about wife and kid, paying for them. And before you know it, the guys that living in the barracks, well, they're making a hell of a lot more money than you are, because that's called take home. You know, how much money, and as a business owner, that's something I have to look into as well. And that's math that I have to think about, of take home versus how much the company's making. So that's gonna be your net income, right? How much are you actually making? And working a 9 to 5, depending on how far away you live from where you work, you might not be making as much money as you think you are. On paper, it looks like you're making a chunk of change, and you might be on paper. But how much money you got going out? How much money you got coming in? Money that you got coming in, right? Is that going right back out the door? Because you ain't really making that. You might think you are. All those microtransactions, all those streaming services, you got Hulu, Netflix, you got you know, whatever degenerate site you're subscribed to. If you're paying for your Pornhub premium, if you're paying for countless different OnlyFans girls, you know, it all adds up. All right, what's going on, guys? Okay, back in it. My camera cut out on me for a little bit. I guess I have some setting on that if I hit 10% battery, it just turns off. I don't know why it would do that. And once I get home, I'm gonna have to change that. But nonetheless, back to where I was. When it comes to any subscription service, no matter what it is, you need to go down the line of all the subscriptions you're on. You need to, you know, actually make some legitimate judgment calls on, can you afford what you're paying out? You know, would you rather have more money at the end of the month to put towards anything that you want, or would you rather have that subscription service? Me, I'd rather have more money at the end of the month. I'd rather be able to buy more food preps, buy more gear, buy more equipment, buy more, hell of anything, ammunition, more fuel in the tank to be able to go out training. You know, there's so many things that I'd rather do than have a subscription. Not only that, vast majority of subscriptions, you have to charge, or you have to pay a fee to end that subscription. Well, I don't want that. You know, I mean, there's just in general, there's so many damn things. There's so many damn things that can save you money at the end of the month. You could have more money in your pocket. I mean, hell, just as simple as starting to make YouTube content, starting to, you know, have not just YouTube content, but just do something that you're passionate about. And I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to a lot of people trying to figure out what they should do in life. Man, like right now, you know, what I'm doing with YouTube, what I'm doing with my company, what I'm doing with hiking and training, I made my passion my business. I took what I loved and what I loved doing, and I found a way to get paid doing it. Because I fucking love this life. I absolutely love and adore and I bleed nature. That's all I want to do. All I want to fucking do day in and day out is have a rifle and be in nature. That's all I want. With my family, with my kin, with my tribe, like-minded people. I want to be out in the middle of fucking nowhere with people that I like. And that's what I want. That's what I want to do. And by God as my witness, I'm gonna find out a way. Well, I found out a way, but I'm gonna continue pushing. Get paid doing it. And look at that. Look at Washington State. Look at this view that I'm seeing every day as I'm running. And yeah, sure, there's trails around here. I could easily hit trails. It's just a little bit farther from the house. I'd rather come out on just some long country roads. No music, no sounds of cars, no hustle and bustle from the city. All right, so I'm at 2.9 miles, 35 minutes. Pretty damn slow. But I ain't trying to go fast, and obviously I'm talking to a camera. All right, my GoPro's at 1%, so I'll check in with you guys when I get back.